guys about my makeup look for today. So I was Barbie for Halloween. So I did go out with my best friend and we were Barbie and Ken. And how many times can I rhyme? Halloween, went out with my best friend and we were Barbie and Ken. So I have a whole get ready with me on this look that I'm going to post on Halloween, but that'll be up obviously before this video. I think this is a new lookbook, so hold on one second. So yes, welcome to another lookbook video. Sorry, it's late and I'm really tired. So I primed my eyes with the Anastasia eye primer, and then I used my Amicole lip oil, and then I set my eyes with the Urban Decay Stay Naked powder. And yes, I was rollerblading Barbie. And what was so funny is that all night people were asking me, where are your skates? And I'm like, I couldn't wear those skates all night. I literally am the worst skater in the universe. I did not know how to rollerblade growing up. I just could not get it. And I'm horrible at ice skating too. I loved bicycling. Like, I loved riding a bike, but roller skating, could not do it. Rollerblading, whatever you call it. I keep on saying roller skating, but that's pretty much the same fucking thing. But yeah. Had to do roller skating Barbie. So for my eyes, of course, I went in with my Malibu Barbie palette by ColourPop, because of course I had to use this palette. And I kept the top of my lid and eyes pretty simple. I just used 3 shades on top. So I just went in with West Coast in the crease, and then I just used the hot pink Best Coast to define, and I also used that on the outer corners. And then for the lid, I went in with Vintage Doll, just all over the lid. Because I wanted to keep it simple, but also I wanted to add some color on the lower lash line, and it just looked so pretty. But also, like, I really wanted to just do the colors of the outfit, but also, like, this is, like, one of the best quality palettes from ColourPop, and also one of the best collabs color story wise. And I love, like, this pop of color here, and literally these colors were so perfect to go with the rollerblading outfit. Like, literally it's like the same exact colors. So and then for the lower lash line, I went in with Cali Girl in the inner corners, because that's my favorite inner corner highlight in this palette. It's such a bright inner corner highlight. It's so beautiful. And then I wanted to do the pop of blue on the lower lash line. So I went in with Surf's Up, like right in the middle. And then I went in with Malibu Memories on the lower lash line on the outer part. And it just looked so good. I don't know why my voice is so shot, but I haven't been out like this in a while. We like kind of danced our asses off at the last place we were at. We just went to 3 bars. We were bar hopping a little bit, because that's what we were going to do anyway for Halloween, and it was just so much fun. And this time, it was actually super busy, because the previous 2 years that we went out for Halloween, because I go out with him every Halloween now, like I said, just to keep up the tradition of me and my best friend who passed away, and it was actually super busy where we went. So it was great. A lot of people were dressed up. A lot of people went out because it was a Saturday night, and it was great. I loved it. I was like, finally, like, it's busy at places. Like, you know, like, you don't want it to be like too loud and too crazy, but you want it to be busy, you know? And then for my waterline, I went into the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade 2 Can Do It. I'm so glad I had an opportunity to use this one again. And I thought it was just such a good contrast with the blue on the lower lash line. And then for my mascara, I just went in with my Essence Lash Primer, and then I went in with my Cali Ray Come Hell or High Water Mascara. And then for the lower lash line, I just went in with my Maybelline Lash Discovery, and nothing transferred at all. So that's why that palette is so fucking good, because I was sweating a lot, and I'm surprised nothing transferred. And then I went in with my e.l.f., my Do It spray, and then my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. And then for my face, I went into my Lancome Teint Ultra Teen Idol Ultra Wear Foundation, because y'all know this is my tried and true, and I felt like I was going to be sweating tonight in the shade 120N. And then for my concealer, I went into my Tarte C concealer. So this is the Tarte Hydroflex concealer in the shade 8S Porcelain Sand, and then I set my under eyes with the Hourglass Labs powder, and then I set my face, sorry, with the Urban Decay Stay Naked powder. And then for my bronzer, I just went in with my favorite, the ColourPop Alviva Beach bronzer. And then for my blush, I wish there was a blush in the Barbie collection, but I went into my Lizzie McGuire ColourPop blush in the shade You Are Magnifico, and this was just such a perfect shade for it. I, of course, was going to go in with a Barbie pink shade. And then for my highlight, of course, I used the Barbie and ColourPop highlighter in the shade Beach Party. So this is what it looks like. It's super beautiful, and it looked so reflective in some of the photos that I took. I was like, wow, it looks gorgeous. And then I set my face with the Milk Makeup Spray, and then I set my brows with the e.l.f. Wow Brow. And then for my lips, I just went into my Barbie lip kit. So this is the Barbie Lip Duo in the shade Golden Beach in the lip liner and the lipstick. And it's just such a pretty, like, perfect nudie peachy pink. I love this shade of pink. It's so pretty. And I also love this formula, but the packaging is amazing. And I'll show you a picture. It just looks so cute. So this is what we looked like. We looked so cute. I literally love it. We just looked adorable. I can't. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, see you tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm gonna be having a Halloween movie marathon with my other bestie, and I'm super excited. A lot more chill than tonight, but actually tonight was so much fun. So it's like just complete opposite vibe, and going out to relaxing is just great. A great way to spend your Halloween weekend. So yeah, okay, so hey there guys, I want to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. So like I said, I was going to wear a bunch of Hocus Pocus 2 products today. So I'm going to be going to my other best friend's house, and we're going to be having a movie marathon, a Halloween movie marathon, and it's actually a perfect day to do that because it's so cloudy and rainy out today and so much cooler than it was yesterday. So I kind of lucked out with the weather because, yeah, so anyway, I primed my eyes with the Anastasia eye primer, and then I used the Amie Collet lip oil, and then I set my eyes with my Urban Decay Stay Naked powder. And then for my eyeshadow palette, I went in with the ColourPop Hocus Pocus 2 palette. I think we're going to be watching this movie today too. And I just went in with the greens because I really wanted to do the green look with this palette. Like I said, I've been doing a lot of green looks this year, but I've just been so into green this year as well. But I really wanted to do this green look during this Halloween season this year. So I used the shade Cursed in the crease. Then I darkened up the crease more with Night of Sins. And then I used Midnight on the outer corners. And then for my lid, I just went in with Brew Another Batch. And it's just such a stunning green. And then for the lower lash line, I went in with Candle is a Light on the inner corners. And that's such a stunning inner corner highlighter. For the inner corners, and then I just went in with Brew Another Batch again in between, and then I just went in again with Night of Sins and smudged it on the lower lash line, and I think it turned out beautiful. I really do love this palette. It's just this shade that really ruins it for me, but I think this is a great palette. Love the formula, love the colors, and it's just a really fun palette. I really like it. And then I just used Brighter Days on the brow bone, and y'all know I was going to be using more Halloween palettes this week. So I'm going to be using Halloween palettes today, tomorrow, and on actual Halloween. And then after that, we're probably just going to go back to regular schmegular palettes. And then for my liner, I just used my Makeup by Mario, Makeup by Mario black liner, and then I used my Essence Lash Primer. And then for my mascara, I just went in with my Wet n Wild Big Papa mascara because I haven't used this one in a little while, and it is a really good one, so I just wanted to use that. And then I just used my Maybelline Lash Discovery on the bottom lashes. And then for my face, I just primed with my Do It Spray and my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. And then for my foundation, I went in with the Urban Decay Stay Naked Foundation and also the Coinciding Concealer. It looks so good. I love this foundation. I try to use, you know, other foundations when I can. It's just hard to rotate foundations sometimes because I either use the same ones or I don't know why this is already transferring underneath. I might just have to fix that before I leave. But anyway, this one's in the shade 10NN. I think they discontinued this one, but it's such a great foundation. I love it. I hope they come out with a new one at some point. And then the concealer is in the same shade. So just use that. And it looks beautiful. I absolutely love this combo. And then I just use my Pat McGrath powder underneath my eyes. And then I just used my Urban Decay Stay Naked powder again to stay my face, to set my face. And then for my bronzer, I went into the NYX matte bronzer in the shade medium. I just wanted to get a little bit more use out of this, so I used that guy. And then for my blush, I finally just went in with my Makeup by Mario cream blush because I've been pulling this like at almost every week and I've been wanting to use it again. So I was like, you know what, I'll just use it today, and it's so beautiful. So this is the Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil in the shade Just Peachy. I still think this is my favorite cream blush I've ever tried. It's just an amazing formula. I love his blushes. His blushes are amazing. They are so worth the hype. They are so beautiful on the skin. And then for my highlight, I just, of course, went into the Hocus Pocus 2 highlighter. And I absolutely love this highlighter. I think this is my favorite Soul Body highlighter. It's just absolutely stunning. And it goes on the skin so easily. It's so gorgeous. And it's so perfect for this look. Because it goes so well with the green. How many times can I say so? And then I just set my face with the Milk Makeup Spray. And then I set my brows with the e.l.f. Wow Brow. And then for my lips, I just went into my ColourPop lip liner in the shade Minute Man. And then for my lipstick, I went into the Hocus Pocus 2 lip cream in the shade Calming Circle. I haven't used this lippy in so long. I used to wear this so much, so I was like, I definitely have to wear it today. And it's just such a beautiful nude. And that's it. I gotta go to my friend's house now. Bye. Hey there guys. I want to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. So I primed my eyes with the Anastasia eye primer, and then I used the Amicole lip oil, and then I set my eyes with the Urban Decay Stay Naked powder. And then since it's Halloween, I wanted to wear my Hocus Pocus shirt to work, because I did just get home from work. And then I just decided to go into the first Hocus Pocus Gather Round Sisters palette, because I don't know if I've even worn this, or maybe I did do this look last year, because I did wear this shirt to work last year for Halloween. So I just wanted to go in with the original one. So I used Coven in the crease, then I darkened up the crease more with Come Little Children, and then I call it a bust on the outer corners. I really need to wash my brushes and tweeze my eyebrows, because this blending was not it today, but it looked cute, so whatever. And then I just used Goodbye Cruel World. I cannot speak. I had a stressful night at work tonight. I'm very tired. So I used Goodbye Cruel World on the lid, and then I used Full Moon on the brow bone, and then for my inner corners, I used Wench, and that's everything I used from the palette. I actually just watched the movie last night with my friend, because I did say I was going to do a Halloween movie marathon with him yesterday, and it was just so much fun. And then I used my Makeup by Mario liner, and then I used, what did I use for mascara? I just used my Essence Lash Primer, and then I went in with the Lancome Hypnose Drama Mascara again. I actually like it more. The more I use it, the more I actually like it. And then I just used my Maybelline Lash Discovery on the bottom lashes, and then I primed my face with the Do It Spray and the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. And then for my foundation, I decided to go into my Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation today. I'm trying to go back into foundations that I haven't used in a little while, and I used the shade 110C. And then for my concealer, I went into the Wet n Wild Incognito concealer. I love this concealer. This is like a hidden gem at the drugstore. And this one's in the shade Fair. I don't know why no one talks about this concealer. It's actually really, really good. And then the only person I ever saw talk about this was Kathleen Lights, and that's the only reason why I found out about it, and I love it. And I set my under eyes with the Pat McGrath Labs powder, and then I set my face with the Urban Decay Stay Naked powder again. And then for my bronzer, I just used my Fenty Beauty bronzer in the shade Into Sun. And then for my blush, I just used the NARS blush in the shade Lovejoy. And then for my highlight, I used the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Forget Me Not highlighter in the shade Memories. I finally was able to use that. And then for my face, I just set it with the Milk Makeup Setting Spray, and then I set my brows with the e.l.f. Wow Brow. And then for my lips, I used I don't even know where the hell my lippy is right now. I put it in my bag, and now I can't find it again. I swear to God, I'm so stressed out right now. And then for my lip liner, I use the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade Control. And then for my liquid lipstick, I use the Lime Crime liquid lipstick in the shade Salem. So yeah, that's it. Bye! Okay, so hey there guys. I wanted to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. So today is Halloween, so happy Halloween. I am just going to be going over my boyfriend's house for Halloween. So I just wore my Nightmare Before Christmas sweatshirt. I got this a couple of days ago, and I actually have been wearing it like every night at home, because originally I was supposed to do like this nightmare pop-up shop thing with my friend and her husband. I wanted to go with my other friend that I saw on Sunday for our Halloween movie marathon, but me and my friend couldn't get two other people to go with us, and also I already celebrated on Saturday, and originally I bought like a Sally dress for that, like from Hot Topic, but I'm like, why did I buy this when I'm only going to wear it literally that one time? So I decided to go, and I, again, wasn't even able to go because, again, I couldn't find anybody to go with me besides my friend Chris. So I decided to exchange it for a Nightmare Before Christmas sweatshirt instead, and I had to order it, but if you order it from the store after you exchange it, usually they give you free shipping, so. And I got another t-shirt. I got a Spyro t-shirt, so I will definitely wear a sweatshirt and a t-shirt a lot more than a Sally dress, so I'm glad that I decided to exchange it. So I wanted to wear, you know, just something super comfy today because I'm just so tired from this weekend, and I already, like I said, I already celebrated. So I primed my eyes with the ColourPop Party Proof Primer, and then I used the Amicole Lip Oil, and then I set my eyes with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Powder as usual. And then for my eyeshadow today, of course, I had to use my Nightmare Before Christmas palette by ColourPop. So I just used mostly the top row and the black. So I just went in with Mint to Be. And I'm glad that I used that shade when I'm wearing the sweatshirt that says that. I love it. I love theming everything. So I'm wearing Meant to Be in the crease. Then I darkened up the crease more within my bones. And then I used Halloween Town on the outer corners. And then for the lid, I just went in with Zero all over the lid. And then everything on the lower lash line is from a different palette except for the middle shade right here. I just popped on a little bit of color right in between, and I really love that tiny pop of purple, so it doesn't make it as monochromatic. So I just went in a little bit with the shade Dr. Finkelstein right here in between. I really love how it looks. And then for the inner corners and the lower lash line, I just went into the Hocus Pocus 2 palette, also by ColourPop, and I just took these two shades. I used the shade 17th Century on the inner corners, and then for the outer part of the lower lash line, I went in with Witch Hunters because I still wanted to, do the gray look from this palette at some point, and I was going to do it yesterday, but then I decided to use just the original palette because I didn't want to go in with a gray look twice. But I do think that this palette performs much better And honestly, I think that the shades are not going to transfer as much as they did in this palette or the first palette yesterday. But also, I like wiped my Aquaphor off when I put it on today, because sometimes if I leave it on, it makes like the eyeshadow application like underneath my brows and even like on my eyes like super greasy. Because sometimes it can get a bit into the eyeshadow brushes if I don't like wipe it off on my eye area. So I'm like, let me do that today so it's not like as prone to transfer. And then for my liner, I went in with my LA Girl liner in the shade White because I did want a little bit of a pop of white under on the waterline. And then I used the Essence Lash Primer. And then for my mascara, I just went in with my Tower 28 mascara again. And then I went in with my Lash Discovery on the bottom lashes. And then for my face, I primed with my Do It spray and then the Rare Beauty Illuminator. Y'all know I love this primer. And I was going to use my NYX Marshmallow Primer today, but I think it's actually used up. I think it's completely empty, like nothing is coming out of the pump, and it feels like there is no product left in here. So I used up a primer and I didn't even realize it because I haven't used it in like a week, but I didn't realize that the last time I used it was when I used it up. So surprisingly, I used up that. And then I just used my Tower 28 Sunny Days Broad Spectrum SPF 30. This is starting to smell a little bit old, but I am trying to completely use it up. I'm almost done with it. Like, I think I only have like maybe 3 more uses out of it. So, but honestly, if I don't end up using it again and I just declutter it, it's not a huge deal. But if it was scented, I probably would have decluttered it already since it smells old. But since it's it's not scented, it's not really gonna bother my skin like the YSL one did when that expired, because you know, super luxury foundations always have like such a fragranced scent to them. So usually tinted moisturizers don't. So, and then for my concealer, I just went in with the Tower 28 concealer again. This concealer is so worth the hype. It's one of the best concealers I've ever tried, and it's my favorite everyday concealer now. I think I love it even more than the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind because it has a lighter consistency. It has better coverage, but it's so hydrating, but it has great coverage. It's just a beautiful concealer. And then I just used my Becca Hydra Mist powder on the under eyes, and then I just set my face with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh powder. And then for my bronzer, I went into my ColourPop Private Party bronzer. I don't think they even have this bronzer anymore, and I don't think they have these compacts either, but this bronzer is so old. So I'm almost done. I don't know, I mean, not almost done. I've been trying to hit pan on this for forever, but I didn't use it for a long time because, you know, I can't use the same bronzer all the time, but it's a great bronzer. And then for my blush, I went into another oldie but a goodie. I went in with my MAC Cosmetics Mineralized Blush in the shade Warm Soul. I saw this in my drawer last week, and I'm like, I need to finally whip this out and use it again. I haven't used it in so long, and it's just such a good everyday blush shade, and I love that it goes so well with the lippy that I used. Then for my highlighter, I went into my Ofra highlighter in the shade Glazed Donut because it's, even though I don't buy from Ofra anymore, I can't not say that their highlighters are absolutely stunning. They are so easy to apply on the skin, and they really are super intense. Like, they're everything that I want in a highlighter, and this is Nikki Tutorials collab highlighter that she did with them. And then I set my face with my Do It spray, and then I set my brows with the ColourPop Brow Blush Gel. And then for my lips, I used the ColourPop Nightmare Before Christmas lippy in the shade Oogie Boogie, because of course I had to use this today, duh. So yeah, I hope you guys have a happy Halloween, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another look. Bye! Okay, so hey there guys, I wanted to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. So I'm about to sit on my ass because I have not been able to sit down today yet. I didn't do any cleaning. All I did was go to the Sephora store and pick up my products that I wanted to get during the sale. I need to put away some stuff though. And then I just got some Chipotle because I ended up getting hungry after that. And I just came home to film my Sephora haul. And I just finished filming it. So I primed my eyes with the ColourPop Party Proof Primer. And then I used the Amicole Lip Oil. And then I set my eyes with my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Powder. And then for my eyes today, I really wanted to go back into the ColourPop 1111 palette. So I decided to use this guy today. Because y'all know I really have been loving this palette. It is so good. So I went in with Good Thoughts in the crease. Then I darkened up the crease more with Lucky Babe. And then on the outer corners, I went in with Empowered and a tiny bit of Divine just to darken it up a little bit more. And then for the lid, I went in with Major Change, which is just a really pretty taupey color. And then for the inner corners, I just used Total Angel. And that's everything I used from the palette. And it's just such a pretty, easy, light, beautiful everyday palette. So I really have been loving this palette. And then I just went in with Brighter Days by Blend Bunny from the Forget Me Not palette on my brow bone. And then for my liner, I just used my LA Girl liner in the shade Brown. And then for my mascara, I just used my Essence Lash Primer, of course, and then I used my ColourPop Act Natural Defining Mascara on the top lashes, and then I went in with my Maybelline Lash Discovery, of course, on the bottom lashes, and then I primed my face with the Do It Spray and my Rare Illuminating Primer. I just used the same two as yesterday. And then for my concealer, I went in with the NYX Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil in the shade Pale Light. And then for my concealer, I went into my Milani concealer in the shade Milani Conceal and Perfect Longwear Concealer in the shade 110 Nude Ivory. I'm tired now. I need to sit down soon. I need to do some laundry, though, and clean up some shit. Yeah. And then I set my face with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Powder, and then I set my under eyes with the Becca Hydra Mist Powder. And then for my bronzer, I went into my Haus Labs Bronzer Duo in the shade, in the bronzer and highlight duo Savannah and Sun shades. I just took the bronzer shade in the shade Savannah, and I used that to bronze up my skin. And then for my blush, let me just put this away. I used the Buxom blush in the shade Seychelles. This is the primer infused blush in the shade Seychelles. It's very pretty. And then for my highlight, I wanted to go back into my Give by Gwen Stefani Check My Glow Multi-Dimensional Illuminating Highlighter in the shade Platinum Cowgirl. So I just used that. I did top it off with a little bit of a newer highlighter I just picked up from the sale. I just went in with a tiny bit of this new, because I applied it on camera just to see what it looked like. If I could friggin' find it. I went in with this Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter in the shade Iced Out. And this was actually not the one I was intending on picking up. I wanted to get her newer one. But for some reason, they didn't have it available to buy on the shelves. They just had it on display as a sample. So you could swatch it. But this was the one that they had in the drawers. I didn't see this one out on display, but they had it in the drawers. It was very bizarre. And I'm like, you know what? This is so pretty. So I'm just going to end up using this. I think it's gorgeous. And then I set my face with my Milk Makeup Spray. I mean, the Do It Spray. And then I set my brows with the ColourPop Brow Blush Gel. And then for my lips, I went into my Bite Beauty Power Move Soft Matte Lipstick in the shade Tamarind. It's such a beautiful, like, warm tone nude. And then for my lip oil, I went into the Say Glossy Bounce Lip Oil in the shade Push, which is a really, really pretty, like, cooler tone nude lip oil. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go because I need to stop talking. So bye. Okay, so hey there guys, so I wanted to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. I just wanted to get out of the house earlier, so you're getting my naked face. So I primed my eyes with the ColourPop Party Proof Primer, and then I just used my Immaculate Lip Oil, and then I set my eyes with my Dior Backstage Powder. So I did film this look today that you're seeing before this for my Sephora First Impressions on products that I picked up during the Sephora sale. So if you guys want to check out how I got that look, this is that makeup look. So for my eyeshadow palette, I wanted to use a palette that's available at Sephora. So I used my Natasha Denona Yucca palette, and I really have been wanting to go back into this palette at some point and during this fall season. I just haven't been able to dive back into it yet. I originally was going to use the Serenity palette by Fantasy Cosmetica. I really do need to use that palette more too, but I really wanted to go back into this one. I really love this palette, and I just wanted to get some use out of it, and I thought that the greens in here were going to be perfect for the look that I was doing. So I went in with Camu Camu in the crease, and this is actually the first time I've used this shade in the palette. But the way that it turned out with that in the crease was really pretty. And then I went in with the shade Akia right next to it to define my crease. And then for the outer corners, I just went in with Flax. So I didn't really actually use too much green today. It's just because these mattes kind of have a greeny olive undertone, and that's why they work with like the green base shade that you use in the crease. And then for my lid, I went in with Macchia, which is kind of like the goldish green shade in this palette, and it's so beautiful. It was so perfect for the look. And then I just popped on Ray on the inner corners from this palette, and that's all I did. I just used 3 mattes and 2 shimmers, and it turned out absolutely stunning. I really do love this palette, so I wanted to use that. And then for my liner, I went into one of the new eye pencils that I picked up from Makeup Forever. So this is the Makeup Forever Artist. Oh, crap. I just dripped some water. Jesus, you dumbass. At least it didn't really get on my laptop, but wasn't like totally ideal. Sorry. Okay, got that off. I used the brown color in the shade Limitless Brown. This is so nice. I understand why people love these so much. These are really smooth and nice on the waterline. And then I just went in with my Essence Lash Primer. And then for my mascara, I just had it in front of me. The heck? Where'd it go? Sorry, I thought I had my mascara in front of me, but I didn't. So I went in with the Tartelette Tubing Mascara, and this is one of the mascaras that comes in the Sephora favorite set that I picked up. This like small sample set of the mascaras in here, so I wanted to really use this one first, so I used that one. And then I just went in with my Lash Discovery on the bottom lashes, and then I primed my face with my Do It spray and my Rare Beauty Illuminating Primer, which again you can get at Sephora, so that's why I wanted to use it today. And then I went in with my favorite concealer and foundation combo, like for lightweight days. So I just went in with my Makeup Forever HD Skin Undetectable Stay True Foundation and the coinciding concealer. This one's in the shade 1RO2, and this one's in the shade 1.1N. I wanted to use this foundation and concealer because I feel like this is like the most universal, lightweight, everyday foundation and concealer. So I wanted to use one that would pretty much work for anybody, especially for, you know, younger girls or even, you know, older women that don't want to wear like too much makeup on a day-to-day basis. I would highly recommend that foundation. It's gorgeous on the skin. And it's just so natural looking. I absolutely love it. And then for my setting powder, I went in with the House Labs Bio Blurring Loose Setting Powder because this one's available at Sephora as well in the shade Translucent. And then I went back in with my Dior powder to set my face. And then for my, that's also available at Sephora, so I wanted to use my Dior powder. And then for bronzer, blush, and highlight are all new products. So I went in with the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt bronzer in the shade Light. I think I'm already obsessed with this bronzer. It's so ridiculously lightweight on the skin and so silky smooth. You just have to like flick it and it's applied. Like it just blends itself, I feel like. It's so nice and such a natural, easy bronzer to use. I really like it so far. And then for my blush, I went into the new blush that I picked up, which is the Danessa Myricks, oh my god, I can get it out eventually, Yummy Skin blush in the shade Jubilee. And this is a really pretty, like, very unique color of blush. I don't really have any other color like this. It's like a peachy, pinky, brownish shade almost. It's a really pretty fall shade, I feel like. Really, really nice formula. Like that a lot. And then for my highlight, I went into the new highlighter that I got, which is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Iced Out highlighter. And I actually really, really like this. It's beautiful on the skin. I feel like I'm going to get quite a bit of use out of this throughout the next couple of months. It's gorgeous. I really, really like it. So I saw this when it came out last year and everybody was like, oh, it wasn't that good. I think this is beautiful on the skin. So I don't know. I've always been a fan of Anastasia's highlighters. I think they're great. And then I set my face with, I think it's actually over here. I set my face with the new mist that I picked up, which was the Rare Beauty Always an Optimist 4-in-1 mist. So I've been using this to test out to set my makeup. And I'm going to use this on days that I really want like natural, you know, hydrating mists instead of, you know, locking in my makeup like the Milk Makeup one. And then I set my brows with the ColourPop Brow Boss Gel. And then for my lips, I went into one of the Makeup Forever other eye color pencils or whatever, and this one's called Anywhere Caffeine, and it's a really, really beautiful neutral lip liner. Everybody's talking about this lip liner, and Wherever Walnut, that's what it's called. I called it a different shade name in my haul. And then for my lips, I went into the Haus Labs lip crayon in the shade Honey Matte. I absolutely love these lip crayons from Haus Labs, and this is a brand new one. I just wanted another shade, so I picked up this guy. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so hey there, guys. I want to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. I just got home from work. I actually ended up picking up a shift today. It's like 7:30, so I'm going to eat some dinner after this. So I primed my eyes with the Anastasia eye primer, and then I of course used my Amicale lip oil, and then I set my eyes with the Dior powder again. And then for my eyeshadow palette, I went in with the Glaminatrix Cosmetics Rich Romantic palette. I really wanted to go back into this palette finally after I've used like a few other different palettes this week, so I could test out more of the shades. So I just went in with this guy, but I did go in with one shade from the Nearly Natural palette first in the crease. And then I also ended up using another shade from the Nearly Natural palette and kind of used the rest of the shades from the Glaminatrix palette, because the shade that I went in with initially from the Glaminatrix Rich Romantic palette in the defining area wasn't really dark enough. So I went in with Untouched in the crease from the Nearly Natural palette, and then I used the shade Admire to darken it up. But honestly, the shade wasn't quite dark enough to add really that much depth. I probably should have went in with the pink first, but I didn't. I should have used this one to define because this one was a bit darker. But I just ended up going in with Naturally from this palette to define it more, because I feel like these shades in here, like the matte selection, has a bit more definition, so it just gives me a reason to whip out this palette anyway, so I just use it in combination with this one. And then for the rest of the look, I went in with Passion to darken up the outer corners. I originally went in with Admire to define, but it wasn't dark enough. I don't know if I already said that. And then for my lid, I really, really wanted to go into the shade Rich. So I went in with that all over the lid, and it's such a gorgeous, like, super glittery, like, pinky, beautiful shade. And then for the brow bone, I went in with Captivating on the brow bone. I'm so tired, I'm sorry. But then I went in with Admire on the lower lash line so I could at least use that shade and it would show a little. So that looked really pretty. And then for my inner corners, I went in with Captivating, and that is such a stunning pink. It's just as intense as it was before. It's so gorgeous. And I've had this makeup on for like almost 8 hours, and it was really pretty. So yeah, that's everything that I used from both palettes. And then for my waterline, I went in with the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Anywhere Caffeine. I also used this as my lip liner today. And I thought it was a really pretty shade to use with this, but I don't think it's quite dark enough. So I'm going to have to keep on testing out that one. But I think I prefer that color more as a lip liner. And then for my mascara, where did I put my mascara today? I used the Lancome mascara that came in this set, so I just used the Lancome Idol mascara, but I don't know where I put it. But I just went in with that, and I just used my Essence Lash Primer, of course, and then I just used my Maybelline Lash Discovery on the bottom lashes. Where the heck did I put them? Oh, it's right here. I used this one today, this mascara, and I like it. It's nice. I think I like this one more than the Hypnose mascara. And then I primed my face with the Do It Spray and the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. And then for my foundation, I went in with the Haus Labs foundation. This is the Triclone Skin Tech foundation in the shade 050 Fair Cool. I just really wanted to use it today because I really wanted to go in with the concealer. I love this concealer. It looks so good still. And this is the shade 001 Fair Neutral. And then I set my under eyes with the Pat McGrath powder. And then I set my face with the Dior powder, the Dior Backstage powder. If you guys didn't know which one I'm talking about, I'm in the shade 0 Neutral. And then for my bronzer, I went into the Makeup by Mario bronzer again in the shade Light. I think I'm going to use this bronzer more so for like more natural days, but I did want to use it today. I just don't think it adds quite enough of a bronze when I am working. This is the Soft Sculpt bronzer. This is the powder one. And then for my blush, I just wanted to go into my Haus Labs blush again in the shade Hibiscus Haze. It's just the most perfect pink shade. And if I could use any blushes every day, it would be these. I love these blushes so much. So this is the shade, the Color Fused blush in the shade Hibiscus Haze. And then for my highlight, I finally went back into the Odin's Eye highlighter that I got a couple weeks ago. This is the Soleil Moonlight Feel highlighter in the shade Pink Star. It is so stunning. It is just as intense as it was when I put it on. That's why I love Odin's Eye's highlighters and everything from Odin's Eye, because it always lasts so beautifully on the skin, and I love these multi-chrome highlighters. And then I set my face, I've only worn this to Comic-Con. I only wore it once before, so I couldn't wait to use it again. And then I set my face with the Milk Makeup Setting Spray, because I finally wore the pink sweater that I told you guys I wanted to wear like a week or two ago, and it's just such a cute pink sweater. So I just wore that to work today to be comfortable. And then I set my brows with the e.l.f. Wow Brow. And then again, for my lip liner, I just went in with that Anywhere Caffeine shade. And then for my lips, I went into the Lawless lipstick that I got during the sale. And this is the shade Wedding Day. I like this one, but I don't think I love this one as much as I love the other two shades that I have. Maybe it's just because I was working, but I felt like I had to reapply this one a couple of times, and I kind of got a rim on my lips. And my lips feel a little dry now, but again, it might be just because I was working for a while. Like, usually I'll wear these lipsticks only for like an hour or two, and then I'll wipe them off after I eat with my boyfriend. So, yeah, maybe they're not like the best for the longest period of time. So, yeah, I'm going to go eat now. Bye. I'm going to have chicken and meatballs. I mean, not chicken and meatballs. Chicken meatballs with spaghetti. It's going to be really good. I'm hungry now. So, bye.